Don't bend the elbows when you're coming down. That's the trick. That way you're going to make these 5-pounders feel a lot heavier. There you go. Getting the mileage out of these legs. No.
If you do a chest machine.
Yes. And then on some reps, when you come up there now, squeeze. Squeeze kind of together. Pull. Pull to the knee. Yeah. Yes, you are. Do 3 more for me. We're going to take a break. 1.
All right, we're here at the muscle camp, Shawn Ray's muscle camp, and Andreas is giving instruction
3.
on how to properly do flies. With
How does that feel?
Good.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
Before I was bending.
Yeah.
Even with the lightweight.
with what's your name, sir, if you don't mind?
What about the?
We're going to do that too. We're going to start out with the flies, and then we're going to do the presses. So we're going to go up. We're going to go up in here.
Nice.
What are we gonna do?
We're going to do the same thing.
Fly.
Yes, we're going to do another time. We're going to do them deep down. Deep down. I want you to breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. The muscles eating with oxygen.
Excellent. Great job.
Focus. Engage the muscle. Keep the mind-muscle connection. That's all you're doing right now. You're working this muscle. Okay, I'm gonna rest there. Immediately we're gonna go to it. No, we're gonna do the same thing, but we're not gonna go so far.
Yeah, he's gonna feel that. Nice.
2, give me 8. 4, 5. Stay here. Okay, come down a little bit. Stay here. Stay here. Three more. 1, 2. Extra. One more. And then 1 extra for mom. All right.
And 1 for grandma. That's right. Nice.
Put the rest right here.
Great.
How's that? Good.
It was a heavy one. Yeah. What about the incline? We're gonna do that now. We're gonna do the presses now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Having the speed factor. Within reason. There we go. Three more. One, two, three. We're gonna shift right away. Later. Someone stole the 20.
She's
Oh, we're about to use those.
One.
I love you, Miss Dawn.
Serious. This is not.
Love you too, girl.
Grab. Two. Three. Four. Five. Four more of these. One. Four. Rest. How does that feel? Good. I think we'll do one more set here, then we send you down to the next station.
Going with the group.
Oh,
They're gonna switch over.
Oh, I see.
So he'll probably go with Sandra, and they come over here,
No, he's gonna have
right?
it together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna
Okay.
be moving to the next station. Yeah, exactly. So you feel up for another session?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do another one with the kids. Keep moving.
Becomes less efficient. So when I teach exercise upper body, I tell my clients to align their shoulders to lift their chest up so they're long and tall, navel to spine. When you do that, your posture's in the right place to be able to stimulate the right muscle. The most common mistake I see on chest is people go really deep and then they collapse their chest at the top. So if you think of ears over shoulders, chest up, and stomach tight, at the top of the movement, the chest is up. And it doesn't matter if you're working with a barbell, it doesn't matter if you're working with dumbbells, and it doesn't matter if you're working with Physique. It's the body position that comes first, and then you go to movement. So some of the most common mistakes when we push is the chest sinks, and it's no longer in the right place to get the stimulation to grow. So I tell my clients when you push, bigger chest, bigger chest, bigger chest, or push your chest to move up, up, up. It's not, I'm done, and you'd be amazing how many people do that and they don't even realize they're doing it, right? You got a few things to
Great.
add?
No, I think that sounds probably good. Slice the bend elbows. And down.
He said, I'm gonna do my own thing, Ken.
That's what I see all the time.
Jenny gonna get mad at you because you're holding up her group.
When you were working with the guy with the shoulder problem, his chest is in a great position. Big barrel chest.
About chest, you're engaging the shoulder. Good. Right. So it's a great to work with just your work with your shoulders.
If you have your chest up and your shoulders are embedded back into the bench, the contraction starts from the deltoid where it inserts. The pec major and pec minor insert on the front part of your deltoid or in that area. So when your chest is up, watch the line here. Do you see the contraction? That's assuming you're doing dumbbells because you can't move it together with the dumbbells at the top. Now watch my chest when I drop it at the top.
No contraction.
There's nothing happening.
Yeah.
It's flaccid. There's no engagement. So that big chest keeps everything in the right place.
When you do work on chest, you always want to have your lower back glued to the bench. You don't want to up, no, I'll check.
Here's the thing. When you look at from the side, I used to teach posture at the Healthy Back Store, and of course in the gym. But when you align your ears over your shoulders, chest up, stomach tight, doesn't everybody have a natural lordotic curve? So if we flatten our back into the bench, this is not neutral spine. This is neutral spine. So imagine if we didn't have neutral spine and we were pushing our low back into the bench. We don't walk like that. So put your spine in a natural position for your body. Some people have a bigger curve, and some people have a less of a curve. But the important thing is to stay tight.
Something that you see an older person who walks around like this, they didn't go from here to here. You know, it was a very gradual thing, but not. Whatever we say, we start by trying whatever we do. It's always good to be aware of our posture. Do not become one of these people.
Have you noticed that the young people, they're very engaged in their social media. They're going to have really big thumbs one day. They walk through the mall. They do this all day. I followed a 16-year-old girl through the mall like this. And you know what? She put the phone down. When she put the phone down, her hands were like this.
Wow.
That's internal rotation at the shoulder level at 16 years old. And imagine when she gets to our age, she's going to be exactly what Andreas is doing. That. So, you know, when we work chest, we have the opportunity to stretch our chest. We're working on people like this all day long. We need to open up. So you want to take half and I take half and we'll show them a few movements?
Sorry?
So are you going to be here?
Yeah, how about I'll do the
Okay, so whoever wants to start with bench,
Okay.
and I'll start over here. I go before and you go with bench.
Flex harder than an applause. Tristan, this shirt only comes off when the lights go off. Turn around to the cheap seats, guys. There we go. Nice. Tristan's pants don't come all the way off. The only time they come all the way off. Nice, that's big-time bodybuilder right there. Roland and Pete are competing in 1 month, and Tristan's not competing until next year. I guess that's why his pants. I got Judge Dawn over here giving advice. All right, guys, one more time, right over this way, please. A little bit close down here. There we go. All right. Give a big round of applause, man. I got something to look forward to. See, so it never goes away.
Shawn, man's male physique, come on.
You ready to do it?
Come on.
Hey man, when your physique's are, you gotta be ready. You're Xavier's.
These are what you need to look forward to.
All right, let's do posing, Xavier.
There we go.
Off season even. You just gotta work on the can a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. All right, good job. All right, that's enough for the posing, because I'm not. Okay, go ahead.
So this question is more like for the veterans here as well. It's like, what would you do differently if, with everything that you've learned now in the industry, anything that you would go back and say, I could have done this, I would have done this differently for my life?
If I knew what I know now, I would have done a lot of things different. I would have learned that it was a lifestyle first and not a body wasting event, but a bodybuilding event. because when I first started learning from my prep coaches in Canada back in 1983, what I learned was to diet. So no one taught me how to maintain my muscle as I was losing my body fat. So I would drop a lot of weight, lose 25, 30 pounds, go on like the filet de sol, we used to call it, like flounder fish and green vegetables for 12 weeks, hating the pre-contest diet, only to gain the 30 pounds back after the show. And then with time and education and maturity and self-experimentation, even when I did the last Miss Olympia, I was only 6 to 8 pounds heavier off season. So I didn't have to kill myself in 3 hours of cardio a day or do what we now call or joke around and call the tilapia broccoli diet. So it becomes more of a lifestyle. If I learned that more in the beginning, I think I would have been able to be more muscular in my earlier years instead of dieting and then gaining the weight back and dieting and gaining the weight back. So my business slogan now is it's a lifestyle and not a life sentence, because it felt like a life sentence back in the day when I was depriving myself too much. So I think education has a lot to do with that. So for those of you who are first starting out, learn your nutrition, learn your training. Don't kill yourself on 3 hours of cardio a day at 1,200 calories and then binge at the Cheesecake Factory afterwards.
That's wrong, man.
That's right.
You know, this sport is the key for everything, you know. It is not like looking good for white competition. You gotta look good, you gotta make it a lifestyle. Really, you are what you eat. You could look good always, not necessarily that you ripped and win this Olympia. You gotta look good always. I mean, by looking good always, it doesn't mean you're like a 2% body fat. We know anything under 5% body fat is actually unhealthy. So you can look great hanging out at 7, 8%. In fact, a guy like Gary Leonard, who won Mr. America back in the 82 or 83, he was at 8% body fat. So what I'm trying to tell people, men and women, and Sandra is correct. What she said was very logical because it's the right way to go. You don't want to look good for that one show, you want to look good always. So do I really follow a strict diet always? No, I don't. I eat good, and I can make the adjustment whenever I want. I can, health, nutrition, it's like you in the driver's seat. You know, you make the right, you make the left, dry up if you want, you can get big, but the average should always be healthy, you should look good, and, let's say, for example, I use Shawn Ray as an example, or Andreas. You see guys who look good, they win competition, and then years after, they look horrible, they look like torn apart, and they really ruin their life completely. Instead of looking good, at least somewhat good, and look like you're a champion. You don't have to be Mr. Olympia every day. I look at Shawn, he looks good. He's not going to go up there and be shredded and win against whatever, but if you want to, he could. So he does it the healthy way. So we do have people who does it the unhealthy way. This is in man. I'm sure it's pretty common now in women. So remember, you are what you eat. Training 3-4 times a week, not bad. Twice a week, not bad. You can control it all with nutrition and keep your mind. On the wall. You keep your eyes on the wall, you'll catch it. So keep yourself with a striking distance. If I want to, I look extremely cut up in 2 weeks. And I'm like, I was good overall. Maybe 3,000, maybe 3,500, so nothing really written in stone. But in general, the body hangs and the body stays in, in decent shape. And really what's important is you do a medical checkup. You check your hormonal function for everyone, men and women. Sometimes, some people can't get in shape because their body chemistry is off. So when you know what's off, you make the correction. And what I'm saying, naturally, everything can be corrected. You can be in the driver's seat. You don't have to kill yourself and spend hours and hours on the treadmill. You eat right. In fact, I have nothing against aerobics. Every time I lost a competition because I did excessive aerobics. Correct myself. I don't need it. Now, do you need it? Maybe yes. It's good for your heart, good for your health, but too much of anything is not good. Anyway, this is the right sport. It's an art form, and it's health. I mean, really, it's a great, in my opinion, it's the greatest sport that is. And as long as you stay in the driver's seat, you treat yourself, you eat good, you sleep enough, and the whole 9 yards. Just keep it, just do it from the heart and enjoy it. And for bodybuilding, for bodybuilding, from my perspective, bodybuilding should always be a performing art. You have to perform, you show your body was elegant. And as you heard me earlier, I said I became a friend, not just a friend, a fan of Shawn. Because really, I'm not just bullshitting here. Shawn, he presented his body was elegant. The way he posed, it was art, it was like an eagle. Not like a robot. When you do it, man or women, one piece of advice from me, any woman that compete, don't do this shit, excuse my language. You don't do that. I've never seen an eagle catching a fish like this. An eagle catch a fish like that. So be an artist, be elegant, and show it with class. And so women should not be standing like that either. Neither do men. So whatever coach you, make sure you have someone that understands beauty. We're supposed to make ourselves prettier, not uglier. So good luck to you. I can never stop. I keep going. I have a passion for this.
The question was, what would be different? I've been 15 years in retirement now. Back then, they didn't have a cell phone to take pictures and document everything. I had myself in a bubble. I didn't document what I was doing. I let other people with cameras document that, and I never took ownership of the images that were taken of me. When I retired, I was the most photographed cover guy for Flex magazine, even more than Arnold Schwarzenegger when I retired. I didn't know that until I retired. But I had more cover shots than Arnold Schwarzenegger, who started in the 60s for Flex magazine. I don't own any of those pictures. Every time I got in front of a camera, it was someone else's camera or someone else's pictures. And when my career was over and I wanted to get those images, I couldn't get them. I didn't own the rights to them. So that being a sponsored athlete is a double-edged sword. So I'm sponsored by Leader Publications. They take the pictures, they own the images. When I call up and say I need to get 5 pictures, I'm sorry, those belong to Mr. Weeder and they're theirs. And he wasn't the only one I shot with. I shot with a lot of different photographers. So I'm encouraging, if you're getting your pictures taken and you're paying money, make sure you're paying to own those pictures. You just never know where you're going to wind up. For that reason, I keep using the same 3 or 4 pictures every time I'm working with a company. It's like the same images, but it's the only ones that I actually have control over. And I don't know how I wound up with these 3 pictures, but make sure when you pay for a picture, and girls, when you get those photo edits and all that stuff, and they upsell you for the extra charge to have those edited, make sure before you get in front of that camera that you have the opportunity to gain access to the negatives, the images. Because right now you may be in your 20s, somewhere in your 40s, you might want to come out with a cookbook. You might want to come out with some manual. I mean, Sandra, how old were you when you started?
How old was I when
You
I
started.
27.
And she's still here doing the business, and probably wish you had a lot more images to add to show people kind of what to do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're not that far in retirement. And Jimmy, I mean, a lot of us wish we had a treasure trove of pictures that we took, because we all took a lot of pictures. And we don't even know how to gain control of it. Joe Weeder's dead, it's a business with some other company, I don't even know who to call to get a picture of. So that's what I would make sure that if I'm going to get in front of the lens, I want to make sure I have that for my archives. You just don't know where you're going to wind up.
A lot of them pop up, they pop up somewhere in a magazine or something like that. How do we?
Yeah, I mean, they pop up over in India on products, and I can't go out. Matter of fact, they have the cover, like in Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas, and you have that little kiosk, and you got all these different magazine covers. I'm like, where's my body? Where's your face in? And this guy's getting paid, and I'm getting nothing. And if I had pursued it, I would have had to call the leader offices. And he would have had to want to go and pursue that, which is small potatoes for him. So there's my picture being given away, and I got that from them. So that's one of the things that, as an upcoming athlete, you want to make sure you gain control of those images. It doesn't matter how high up the photographer is or what publication. Make sure you have access to those angles.
Okay, me again.
Yeah, it's your seminar. Go ahead.
How do you feel about the people, the bodybuilders today compared to bodybuilders from yesteryear? Like the mass monsters you have nowadays.
I don't have enough time.
Don't let me start, because really bodybuilding today are on the right, they're doing it wrong. They're doing it wrong. Because I tell people, you gotta learn how to walk before you can start running. You learn how to walk. You apply the art of showing the body. You know, if you have an airplane, you know how to fly it, you're gonna end up crashing. So learn the basic, train with balance, have a balanced body, show the body with art. Every pose has to rhyme, and men and women. So learn how to present it. People nowadays are putting so much emphasis on mass. You gotta put focus on class, whether it's men or women. You gotta look at the beautiful line and stand up on the stage and look like a